never once taken a kid to my bed. They have come to my bed, and I am no one to kick them out. If they hug me and I find them playing with my cock, I say, good on you, I play with theirs. And I'll do it now and with great pleasure. With 300 or 400 boys who had sex with me from 8 and 10 and 12, 100% have run into my bed, jumped in without my mentioning it, and asked for sex. I have never asked for it. All boys want a lover.
That was Dr. Daniel Gajdusek, who worked for the NIH and won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1976, who lived in Boston's Children's Hospital for 9 years. 9 years he was allowed to live amongst children. He also was allowed to adopt 57 children. Ended up only spending 1 year in prison when this predator admittedly took advantage of 300 to 400 boys between the ages of 8 to 12. Let's check out what Boston Children's Hospital's up to now.
Gender-affirming hysterectomy is very similar to most hysterectomies that occur. A hysterectomy itself is the removal of the uterus, the cervix, which is the opening of the uterus, and the fallopian tubes, which are attached to the sides of the uterus. Some gender-affirming hysterectomies will also include the removal of the ovaries.
So Boston Children's Hospital went from having a doctor living amongst children for 9 years that was preying on children sexually to removing children's body parts.
What I want to tell you is that it's all about the children. I'm working on a 4-part series on child trafficking. And when you start to go into this very dark world of trafficking, you learn about a lot of things that many people don't want to accept, and many people don't want to face, and many people don't want to believe is true. But my job as a journalist is to follow the facts regardless of where they take me. What has happened to all of these missing children? How come hundreds of thousands of children go missing every year? How come they go missing in child protective services and in their custody? How come so many of the kids, 70–80% of the kids that end up in sex trafficking have been through the foster care system? This is not okay. You can read across the media, everyone from NBC to Politico to USA Today to everyone you can think of in mainstream media. They're fine doing articles about how the blood of young people is the secret to anti-aging.
What if you could reverse the aging process simply by getting a blood transfusion?
That's what a new company called Ambrosia claims to do, and they just opened a new facility right here in the Houston area.
Rekha Mudaraj spoke to the founder to find out how young blood works.
Isn't there a saying that says only the good die young? Why is it that only the good die young? What we don't do as journalists is we allow people to make these kind of statements and to write these articles, and they put in all the science and the data, and they say, isn't this amazing, right? It's the blood of young people, but we don't ask, how do you get the blood of young people?